It's time. Oh shit, it's time. It's time, man. Ooh, them bills. Y'all been blowing me up. Y'all been in my DMs. Y'all been in my mentions. Y'all are foaming. Y'all are fiending for bills, bruh. So this one, this is the 6-1. I labeled it the 6-1 park stage build. So as soon as I label something like a short build, park stage build, I instantly think of no passing. Not too many park builds, too many park guards care about passing of that manner. It's strictly 3 hunt, it's strictly over dribbling. So this is going to be that build for you as far as what I made. One of the biggest changes for guards in the builder now in 2K26 is that your speed with ball, whatever your speed with ball is, that would be your speed. But if your speed with ball is lower, your speed can still be whatever that it is. It's something that they tie together. As you see that I'm building it up, boosting it up. I dropped the speed with ball, but the speed didn't drop when I made it 94. Speed is still 97. So that is one of possibly the biggest change for guards, because you would typically go for that 94 speed and then you have like 86 speed or something. You'll have your speed. Guards will typically have lower speed than speed with ball. Your speed with ball be high shit as a point guard, but you can't do that anymore this year. That's actually like a blessing for like locks, but I don't want to talk about them yet. I did make some. This is what we're going with. This is something similar that I'm gonna do on my build. So the 94 still getting that on this build is crazy, and what makes it twice as crazy, I was able to get quick drops off one for free. So driving dunk is still free, typically for guards. I was surprised when they got 283, and then still could cap breaker more to it. But just typically this is what I see. Most guards are probably lower their mid range, but it's like a habit to make it 85. I just threw it on free throw. This free. What most guards would do with this build, this is it right here. So I think some of y'all like it. Probably not the shades of, but hey, ball hawking ISO sniper. That is what we got here. Strengths: constant threat in passing lanes, rarely gets caught from behind, explosive with the ball in head, elite shooter from deep. And it's fast as shit. Like, you start off with legend lightning launch. Going back a little bit, I'll talk about it a little bit more because it's more that you can do with the build later on. So we got max +2s in the game now. So with that being a thing, it's pretty vital. Would that go away? God damn. It's pretty vital what you would do right here. I'm typically not going to do this for every build. I might do it for like the different types of builds, but this is something that's very important. What it is that you don't cap break and that remains gold, take that into consideration for what it is that you can max +2. Perfect example on this 6-1 build. Say that my cap break is, say it's the same as 2K25. The +5 on the 3 ball, it'll be 99, so all my shooter badges would be legend. Say I +5 ball handle, and that'd be 97, so most of my dribbling and playmaking, well, not playmaking, not passing, most of my dribbling would be, it'd be legend in the Hall of Fame. I think Unpluckable would be still Hall of Fame, but looking at the defense, something that I would max +2 as this 6-1, in my opinion, would be something like pick dodge or on ball minutes. I can make those two gold. I can make challenger gold with the max +2. This is all something that you should take into consideration. I see ankle assassin is silver, so I think most guards will actually try to get that gold. Of course, you got to consider Steve Francis, so you'll probably just go for that off rip. So as you're grinding, you'll get that through season rewards. I assume that it's the same. That's how it's been the past 3 years now, almost. So you can max +2 ankle assassin if you just leave it at gold. Saying that you leave it here. And I said gold, I meant silver. Saying that you leave your ball handle at 92, that's something to consider in order to get a legend. Because once you cap breaker, it's going to be at least Hall of Fame going up to 97, I believe. I can't remember the requirement. I probably did scroll over it. I'm not sure. I feel like I didn't. I don't think I did. But it's, y'all get what I'm saying. Be mindful what it is that you want to max +1, max +2. Max +2 is the most critical. I know you at least get 2 of those slots based off the the core side report for the My Player builder, we saw 2 Max Plus 2 categories, and we're thinking it's a third at least because it was one hidden behind the list of badges on the right side of the video. So be mindful. That is my advice to what it is you do with these builds. Be mindful to what it is that is silver and gold, because you want to save it for later for the Max Plus 2. What it is that you're specializing in, that you're specializing in, and what you cap break, you just go crazy on that. That's what you apply the cap breakers for. But Max Plus 2, Max Plus 1, I say it again, be mindful of those badges that are silver and gold, because later on you can make those Hall of Fame or Legend. And yeah, this is the build pretty much. So that's the 6-1 Park Stage build, what I'm labeling it as. It's a blueprint. It's some placeholder that you can use. And this one is the 6-2 layup build. I feel like I'm gonna see a lot of builds just like this out there, regardless of the mode. You're going to see guards back on no finishing, depending on how good layups are. I still feel like layups is going to get that shit beat the fuck out of here. That's what I'm feeling when it comes to these builds. So I intentionally wanted to do this to see what all you can get. Typically with the no drive and done builds, you see the layup builds with higher pass sack. So the difference from the 6-1 to this build, the biggest one is the 65 pass sack gets bumped up to the 89 pass sack. And I went low on the speed with ball. The wingspan is about further out because 3 ball is a 93, so you don't need to shrink your 3-pointer like that. Even if you cap breaker it, I believe you will still get the +1s and nothing crazy like a +2 for the cap breakers on the 3-point shot. And of course the 85 still. Just a really solid play sharp build. Still get 85 still. 85 still. That's gold interceptor. 91 is for gold glove as well, which I believe what you would consider like the new Blitz badge. You could say in that minute because Flex aren't in this game. So I'm looking at glove now. It's like the Blitz badge, in my opinion. So I just went ahead and maxed out free throw. I'm trying my best to just not even mess with drive and dunk, even though it was free on this build. But this is pretty solid. We don't know all the animations. I did see them out there at Community Day, but don't remember them by heart, bro. I can't talk. Thieving inside out playmaker. See Curry again. I believe Steve Nash popped up on the last one as well, the 6-1. Not sure. Anything with no finishing as a guard, you're typically going to see like Steve Nash, Mark Price, Curry. Can't remember the last one. I feel like it was a defensive point guard in it, but that's besides the point. Now this one, the heights, you can see everything. So the reason that I skipped the potential screen is because you can see the potential behind it. This iron, and you can tell what goes to 99. If it's short of 99, it's the gray area behind the color attributes. That's still your potential. Now at the top right on the overall, you see the position, height, weight, and wingspan. So that screen still, like that's the previous screen, the potential screen. I was like, you know what? They can see all that information at the top right as far as like what I did to the build. And we're at the point of where you know what it is that you can do to your build to get what it is that you want on that build. So this 6-6 was actually very interesting. And what I'm looking at is the physicals. This 6-6 is going to be fucking cracked. Like, because typically you can't, I don't remember like tall guards getting speed like this in previous 2Ks. But this one, matching it with the speed with ball is something ridiculous. Let me go back because I wasn't finished with that. So yeah, the intention of this build is to get 99 layup. We get gold paint prodigy offer it to with the 92 close shot. Mid range is at 85 in order to accommodate getting good bases with the 75 3 ball. Still should be able to shoot the 3 ball, because something that you could do if it lets me go full screen, that is set shot specialist right here. That's silver. Okay, just you don't want to cooperate. You're annoying. Okay, I just got to deal with that bar right there, bro, with the little mini player. That is set shot specialist right here. That is something that I would max +2 to get to Hall of Fame to help with the shooting on this build. That as to what I was saying earlier, that this is what it comes down to. This is something that I also would specialize in playmaking. Yeah, I'll probably be playmaking what I would specialize this build in. And if I get crazy cap breakers, a crazy amount of cap breakers, I'll just keep boosting it to pass accuracy. If I get the +2 on defense, I can get that to 91 off 3 cap breakers. My steal for a gold glove. It's a lot that you can do, right? It's so much that you can do with this build. I like this one a lot though. This might be something that I actually make, because now with the layups back how they are, how they should be, layups will definitely be fun again. So this build, Ron Harper, 2010, 2011 Westbrook, and Gary Payton. Not sure how I got Gary Payton, because I feel like he's more defensive, and this build isn't like that. Maybe it's his finishing, I don't know. But ball hawk and mid-range menace. It's a tough name. It's a tough name. And just to let y'all know, this is the screen where you can see your body type potential. This is something that they already talked about, but this is where you can see it early. So depending on what you do to the build with the strength and all that, the weight, you see it right here what you can get. This Baron Davis build that I'm going for, it starts off at tone. I'm pretty sure it can get bigger than that, because the intention on this build with it being Baron Davis, strength. Now he's firm. You don't see tone anymore. So even the first body type change with me adding strength to the build and adding to the wingspan as well. So this is the screen I was talking about though. You'll see everything here, of course. Potential screen, like we're familiar with this. Now advancing it, I did kind of, you already had some kind of there already, but now I had reset it. But advancing it, off rip, I went for that 93 driving dunk to get gold posterizer. And the intention on this build would be legend posterizer. That is my intention. I would not get elite off ones, but a cap breaker. Is it a cap breaker to that? No, a cap breaker to drive and dunk. If I get my drive and dunk to what is it, 96 or 97, I would get elite off 2 contacts. That's what that would come with. But adding the max +2 would typically be a waste, because you get Hall of Fame posterizer at 96 driving dunk. So I would more than likely make that the max +1. It's just different ways that you can finesse this. It's just different ways that you can go about this. You'll want to go about it the best way, of course, of maxing out your build and whatnot, because if you know you're going to cap break or something, you don't want to max +1 it unless you know it's not going to be legend, or unless you're fine with it being Hall of Fame. But this build, I do like a lot. Like I got I got Hall of Fame strong handle. Yeah, and I can max +1 that because I wouldn't add cap breakers to 84 strength. This is a very nice balanced scar build that can hold its own on defense. It's not going to get moved around like that. 6'4" being a decent size. Added interior, if they try to slash on you like on their hip, you position yourself to contest. It's solid. It's solid. Something else like a cap breaker would be 3-pointer to try to get 83 for bronze limitless. But this is to get to the cup. This is the boom on motherfuckers. That's what this build is for. So I like it a lot. I do. I don't cap. Advancing after showing the takeovers, we get all-time Rocket Steve Francis, 0203, Hornets Baron Davis, and Russell Westbrook again. Blow by bulldozer. Hey, I be trying to tell y'all. It's like the 7-4. No big weaknesses to report, bro. Hey, just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. This next one is for my 6'5" guys out there. The 6'5s actually don't look too bad at all. Outside of pass sack, but not too many of y'all will be at that 2 or at that 6'5 really trying to pass like that. Unless you intentionally make some type of pure playmaker, some type of playmaking at the 6'5 height. But this build gets a lot of gold badges. Looking at it, that is a lot of gold badges. And looking at what it is that I have, I don't think it's too much that I can get legend outside of whatever set shot is at now. I would get if I add the cap breakers for the +5, treat it like 25. Once you advance. That would be what, 98 3-pointer. Wouldn't get legend limited, so end up max +1 if you want to do that. It gets quick drops. That was intentional. 80 driving dunk, 60 vertical. That's what it's been for the past 3 years. I'd be surprised if it's changed. Pass act is shit. It is. Ball handle is at 86, so you can get the highest tier of momentum, of the momentum cross, and some SIGs, of course. But I believe the higher your ball handling, like the faster your dribble moves come out now this year. 81 speed with ball is not as it should be, but that is something you could like using max +1 on, max +2. That'll accommodate for it. And it's really just a true two-way guard, a true hash. I would say a true hash lock. The perimeter is still like that. You're not going to get neither of those. Not too high. I want to say that still goes to 94. I'm not too sure. But what makes it scary is the physicals as well. 85 across the board except vertical. You can get a movable, enforcer, legend, and it's a solid, tall, off-ball build. And then real quick, I guess I could talk about it. Certain badges, like Deep Bomber, if you want that ability, you gotta have a 93 ball. That's what I kept seeing as well. If you want Deep Bomber to take over, you have to have a 93 ball. I forgot what it was in 25. I'm trying to just read 25 from my mind. We gotta move on from that. But advancing it, the shades we got with Joe Dumars. Yeah, I can't. Danny, I'm gonna just say it. Dan Marshally, I think you pronounce it, but Derrick White, he's been hooping, he's nice. I like that comparison with D White. Y'all gonna love this one. Y'all gonna love this build. Y'all gonna love this one. So just off rip, I wanted to make this one like more like offensive heavy per se. This 6'5", I wanted to make it more offensive heavy. I just said I was going for like Kobe in a way. I didn't take too much of the defense down. I still wanted the 92, 91. But advancing it, I actually did make him faster. And I had a little bit more passing. I dropped the ball handle, and I believe I dropped the speed with ball, which balanced out his playmaking a little bit better. The driving up did come up, so it will eventually get contacts. The speed and the agility and the strength, like looking at that is just menacingly terrifying. I did drop it though to see what I could get, because it was literally for the contact dunks. 89, 75. I can't remember off rib. I want to say you get the pros. That's like the pro range, off 2s and off 1. Yeah, this is legit. Like this advancement just to show the badges. I know I showed them badges, right? Yeah, I was about to say, oh, I'll be thinking I'm selling, but I didn't. That's good ball, dog. These are the badges for the Kobe build right here, and there's a lot more that you get with me balancing out things. I believe the Derrick White build, I got Hall of Fame and movable offer it, but the Kobe build gets gold. You pick and choose what you specialize in, bro. Specialization would actually be very tough on this build. I wish physicals was an option, because that'd be pretty good. That would help a lot. Because I would just be cracked out just having the physicals up on this build, especially with speed. That look like I can get my speed to a 95. Just eye tested that. Just looking at it compared to vertical. But I think defense would be the move on this Kobe build. I like it a lot. Hopefully y'all 6'5" goons out there. But then y'all are some savages, boy. Y'all don't play. Yeah, I don't even know why I went back. I already saw it. So yeah, we got Eddie Jones, Kobe, 02 Kobe, and Jimmy Butler 2016. A two-way, 3-point sniping high fly. That is what we got. The only thing that did confuse me was the drives in with tough misses. So I'm guessing if you don't if you're not dunking it, like, let me go back to his layups. Yeah. That's a good weakness to say. So yeah, that's a good weakness to say. So I'm not mad at that. Oh, it's already showing the build, ain't it? Man. So this one, point guard 6'7". The tallest height you can be as a point guard in NBA 2K26 is 6'7". 201, 6'7" wingspan. That's the shortest on the 6'7" that you can do. Now this one, standing dunk and post control was like, I just went stupid with off rip. Speed, once again, these tall builds can keep getting this speed. I'm not even sure what it is that I would drop on this build. I'm not even sure, because the intention is to be like a big bodyguard, just dominating in the post, just getting to that mid range and just dominate. If I did drop the speed, it'll probably go to pass act. And once y'all see the shades of, you'll see why I said pass act. That's the only thing that kind of didn't make sense to me. But it's one of those things you can specialize in that will help boost pass accuracy if you decide to do that. Looking at it though, it looked like the specialization would definitely be finishing, because you just have you have an 83, a 90, a 88, a 81. You got way more stats that just benefits the build and finishing. Man, Luka, Magic, and Penny. Ball hawk and mid post creator, man. Yeah. I think that was like the best one. It's this one, and it's a big that I made that was just fucking elite, man. Like them shades of is ridiculous on this build. Like that is elite company, and what a lot of people try to get, a lot of people try to aim for. I remember putting out that community day tweet when I announced that I was there, and I was like, what build y'all want to see? I remember someone mentioned Penny Hardaway, so there you have it. Now, this is my first build. This is my first build that I intend on making. Using it on all modes and everything. If you know me, it's 99 3-ball. It's 99 3-ball. Not off rip, not anymore. Not with cap breakers being a thing. If they ever remove cap breakers, then they'll go back to being 99 3-ball off rip. But I do this literally every year. I'm not rocking with finishing. Knowing how the dribbling works in this game, that's why I up my ball handle. Usually I leave it at 92, but I wanted it to be a 94. Speed with ball, typically leave at an 86. Don't know if I changed it or not. I believe I did change it because I wanted my steal to be way higher. So it's something that I did take down, and I believe it will be something in playmaking. Just advancing it though, so it's pass. I think, yeah, I remember putting my pass like 85. Yep, there it is. I dropped my pass and speed with ball, and I wanted that 91 steal. Something else that wasn't sitting right with me, if I'm looking at it correctly. No, I was looking at how many goddamn gold badges I got right here. There was so many that I got right here, and I actually enjoy it. Something that I would max plus 2. My max plus 1s it'll definitely go to my defense. It could go to layup mix master to get that Hall of Fame or gold. You could go to float game, knowing how the floaters is, depending if I get it. If I get that deep book off at 86, but I can't remember if I dropped it or not. I don't think I dropped my driving layup. I think I kept it at this. Yeah, I kept it at 86. Yeah, I did. It's advancement. Just some things that I would do. A lot of cat breakers will definitely go to my speed and agility. Speed with ball, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot going on. So we got the shades of Kirk Curry, all-time Bulls, Curry, and John Stockton. Even inside out Curry. I do like that number. Instead of putting two-way on everything, I see that they did like Clint, they did Steven. Yeah, I would. With the perimeter, I typically can't be a two-way, but with my steal being as high as it is, that makes sense just having Steven for showing like love to the steal, of course. But yeah, that's a Dooms build. I don't advise y'all to make that at all. And then I believe, yep, I had one more 6'6" build. I got 11, what you see as the Westbrook build. Westbrook really was popping up on the 6'6s, and isn't he labeled as like 6'3"? I believe he's labeled as 6'3", so that's pretty interesting. I did like this 6'6" a lot as well with the 92 pass sack. This was the first, I want to say this is the first tall build that I added pass sack to, which can be really scary. I had the intention of, someone mentioned something about making a tall like playmaker, a pure playmaker, but a tall one. So 6'6" is what I went with. You look like you can get contacts, I believe. I want to say, I can't remember off rip again. Decent shooting, playmaking is where it is elite at. I would definitely cat breaker ball handling because you get more 6. I'm not sure if you get the best because it look like you can't get Francis, it might be right at the edge. That cap, the rest of that cap at ball handle is definitely either 94 or 95, I would say. Just eyeing it. So solid 6'6" build. It'll definitely be a triple double machine with that defensive rebounding. You crashing the boards with the 80 vert, you'll get some decent animations as long as you're timing your rebounders as well. And looking at the badges, it's a decent amount of silver badges that I see. So all those, you can up those. That's definitely your shooting. That's mainly silver, look like. Playmaking is gold. You got gold interceptor. You got half diamond with the 92. And you get rebound chaser. So that's something to consider. Max +2 and as well to get gold, which will help with way more better animations. Yeah, and these shades were actually weren't bad neither. Steve Francis, my boy Dane, and that's my favorite player. And then Russell Westbrook popped up again. So even mid-paint playmaker. That is the 6'6" PG build, the second one. So I like, because the first one I made was a 99 layup. So I believe that is it for the guards. Y'all definitely show love to the video, bro. Then in the video, it goes to the floor. It goes to like the locks, like the taller, not taller, but the other positions, more of the 3s and the 4s. If you're rocking with the video, definitely show love. You came over from the Twitter post, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate the love from the past 2 days dropping this content for y'all, bro. But I had a feeling like today was gonna be that day. This is what y'all was looking for. People was literally hitting me up like, "Hey, Dooms, what's the build? I need it. Bro. I got proof. Ain't no snitch." So yeah. Show love to the channel, bro. Get me back in the algo. I appreciate y'all. More 2K26 content is on the way. KangDooms, I'm out, y'all. Peace.